I'd like to welcome you to new faculty orientation. My name is Lisa Homa, and I'm the program director for the RN to BSN program here at eTown. I would love to be with you in person in a face-to-face setting. However, conditions really are not allowing that, so I'm trying to get as close to being personable and introducing myself to you as I possibly can. I couldn't be happier to have you on board and to join our flock. Our mascot at Elizabethtown is the Blue Jay, and so all throughout orientation, all you're going to hear about is things with our flock. So wanted to prepare you for that. But anyway, welcome. So happy to have you on board. So I want to be respectful of your time. So what you're going to see next is just a really short presentation, a PowerPoint that I'm just going to go through the essentials, things that may be important to you teaching at eTown, like, whoa, hey, how do I get paid? Or do I get a contract? Or don't I get a contract? Or how do I get into my Canvas course? Or things like that. Again, wanted to give you a warm welcome. Happy to have you part of our flock. Thanks for coming to eTown. Hello and welcome to new faculty orientation. This is Lisa Homa, again, the program director of the RN to BSN program, and I just want to go over a couple things with you so that you have the tools and the resources that you need to get started and to be healthy and happy as part of our flock here at eTown. There is so much happening on our campus. We've had a virtual explosion in the health sciences. We're bringing in a lot of new service lines to really add to the impact of the college. One of them is that they have started a doctoral program in the occupational therapy. And if you don't know much about Elizabethtown, they're already a leader in OT, but now they've created one of the first doctoral programs. That's going very well. There's a new public health major. We have a PA program that came in 2.5 years ago that is not only full, they are now moving to a waiting list, so that's really going well. There's an exercise science program coming. They're recruiting for a new director in that area. And then, of course, there is nursing. And so in nursing, I know I've spoken to each one of you about all the happenings going on, but we will be expecting a CCNE accreditation at the end of the year. God help us. And we will also, once everything is built and things are running really well with the BSN program, then we'll be launching an MSN, building and launching an MSN program. And of course, I would love your feedback and your guidance on any of those issues. So again, couldn't be happier to have you on board. It's the best time ever to be part of Elizabethtown College. There's explosive growth, and we hope that you'll stay with us as we continue to move forward. So the objectives, not going to bore you too much here. I just want to go over the orientation, the process with you. We're going to talk about staffing contracts, textbooks, and faculty meetings. And we're going to share a little bit of information about resources available to the faculty at eTown. By now, you've been through most of the processes with human resources. This is a checklist that I received from HR. So hopefully you have most of those things in place already. This is a faculty orientation activity checklist, and this is just to make sure that you get everything you need. So if you haven't received this from me, you will. I was trying not to stress everybody out, but I will be sending this out in the next few days to you, and we'll work on chipping away at all these things to make sure that you have access to everything that you need to be successful teaching here at eTown. Also, I have an online instructor checklist. Again, I'll be sending that along with the package to you. And this is something that you'll get at the start of each term before we start a subterm. So let me just explain. So in let's say spring semester, spring 2021, how the 5-week accelerated works is that instead of having one 15-week course, we have 3 5-week courses built in. So the fall and the spring, there are 3 subterms. So each semester is called a subterm. And in the summer, because the summer is always shorter, we can only fit in 2 subterms over the summer. So there's 8 opportunities or 8 courses that will be running a year. And that's at a minimum. But of course, as we have a 5 rolling admission structure, every couple weeks, we have an opportunity to have more students coming in, and that's where the craziness will begin, and that's when I will really need instructors because we'll be running more than one course at one time. Now, for this year, until we are accredited, the strategy is to run one course at a time, really focus on developing the quality of the program. And then, of course, once we're through accreditation, then we're going to really let things roll, and we're going to try to work on rapid academic progression for our students. And then I can't help it, so let's talk about staffing. Who says nursing isn't stressful? I'm 39 and I feel great. And I swear, I feel like that is so darn true. Let's talk about staffing. My goal is to have staffing out and decisions to you as soon as possible so that you can plan your life and I can make sure that you get your contracts and everything is worked out appropriately. In the next week or so, I'll have emails out to you requesting or asking which course you're okay with teaching. Again, we don't have a lot of volume yet, but we're working towards it. So it may only be 1 or 2 courses or whatever you're teaching, but again, I'm really going to need you, so don't give up hope. Stay with us. It's going to get crazier. NUR 200, Global Trends. This is what the syllabus looks like. I will send the syllabus to you very, very soon, right a couple weeks before you actually teach the class. That way you can make changes. You can put your picture and you can, change things around. You won't have to change much. Most of the things were done. Things have already been through our curriculum committee. So you literally just have to update when you want your office hours and things like that. Everything else should be fine. I'll take care of this for you also, but I just wanted to reach out and give you the contact person just in case there's a problem. Along with the staffing plan, I will be sending Allie which course you're teaching, and that way she'll make sure you have the appropriate textbook. Because APA 7th is the expectation in every single course, if you currently do not have the most updated version, please let me know and I'll order that for you ahead so that way you have everything that you need. Here's her phone number. And then as far as faculty meetings, so you're not full-time faculty and you don't have any obligation, but I am going into accreditation and it would be nice to have guidance. I would appreciate you sharing your expertise with me and letting me know so I can help guide as we're building things in the program. I hope you'll consider being part of our advisory board because so far I have a little tiny advisory board that's been helping me to make some decisions. I haven't brought all the nursing people in on there yet. We're still deciding what that community of interest looks like, and that's what we need. So anyway, I hope you will consider joining that. I will have a faculty meeting once every month. If you can give me feedback on times, of course it'll be by Zoom. It'll be really quick just to make sure you're aware of any updates and things that are going on. I feel like things change every 2 weeks in the program. I've either added things or changed things. It's pretty crazy. So I would love for you to be part of that. I'm so excited to work with you, and that would just be an awesome thing to have you there. And so I'll get your feedback if either a Wednesday or a Thursday works. I'm open to times. I'm open to whatever you think works. Or I could do a pre-recorded thing where I go over what the updates are so I don't waste your time. And then we could just have a Q&A so that you just say yes, no, or whatever. So let me know what is the best way to communicate. And I'm happy to do it. I hate being in a meeting where basically someone's reading an agenda and it could have been emailed. So I don't want that. But I'd love a robust dialogue and really to help us make decisions to guide the program in the right direction. And then as far as faculty resources, on your activity checklist, I have a link to the faculty handbook. In there, we're going to talk over a couple other resources. So every place in the world calls information technology something different. At eTown, it's Information Technology Services. We also use a lot of acronyms at eTown. Holy moly, I've never seen so many acronyms. And so I have included on your activity checklist a list of the most common abbreviations and acronyms. I have a procedure here for grades. We're going to go through that really quick just so you have some sense of what's happening. And then what to do about student issues and what to do about Canvas revisions. So at least with Canvas revisions, it takes at least 3 times of running a course to really get a lot of the bugs out of there. So you're teaching first times for all of these courses. So we're going to have a lot of bugs, which is why I'm going to be there with you. And you can hand off things to me and say, Homa, this isn't working or whatever's going on, and we'll work it out. I don't want you to feel stressed or overburdened, like you can't do that. Your focus is engagement and being engaged with the students. I'll try to take care of all the other things. So here we go, IT. So we have a help desk. I don't think you'll physically be on campus. If in fact you would need to be on campus, the college requires all of us to be COVID tested. In each one of the courses, there is, in each subterm in week 3, we do have a face-to-face lecture, and I'll just be delivering it because I've already been COVID tested several times working at the college, and we're trying to keep a safe space for the students. You, of course, are welcome to come. I'll find a way. I'll figure out what the process is for you to get tested, and I'd love to have you there, but I just wanted to give you a warning. I'm trying to minimize as many barriers as we can and just smooth streaming. I'll be recording it on Zoom. So it's just, again, optional. Students do not have to come on campus. They can stay remote if that is their preference. Anyway, the nursing program itself, the CCNE requires us to have a physical place for us to have the nursing program, and we are located in Nye Carey Hall on campus. Room 125 is where the IT services is located, and we're actually on the second floor. I have an office in room 219. I've actually never been in it because of the pandemic. I was hired at the height of the pandemic, and so I've walked past it, but I haven't even been in it yet. Our main teaching room is located right near there. It's in Nicary 228, and that's where we'll be having all our face-to-face lectures, just so that you get a sense of where things are. And again, the help desk, they really take care of everything. They will dispatch the appropriate people on campus. If you can't get into Canvas, whatever it is, everybody gets an email. They send like a chain email to a number of people. So I would suggest going through the help desk first. And then also here's like links to the help desk. And then of course, if you're in Canvas and like you lost your whole course or whatever is happening, also as a backup, that is not going to happen to us. Our instructional design team has copied the shell of all of our courses and it sits in a master somewhere. So if that ever happens, we do have a backup. But anyway, the Canvas help icon in the course is your best way if you need to speak to Canvas people. And we do have 24/7 support with Canvas, just in case you run into any problems. As far as final grades, as you know, the Blue Jay is our mascot, and everything on campus is about a flock or a bird or about a blue jay. So our place, a lot of places called Genzabar is one of the places where grades are manually entered. Our version of Genzabar is JWeb. So unfortunately in Canvas, our Canvas grades in our gradebook does not sync to JWeb. So we have to manually enter. So this is the one we have to enter at the end of our subterm. So in week 5, our instructions will be emailed to us because as you're teaching a course, the college has a list of names of who's teaching each course. They will send you the instructions for grade entry into JWeb. And then what information will you need to know, which is last date of attendance. And that you could just make that something simple as the beginning of week 5, that Sunday of class, or whatever you want to do, and just have it be the same for everybody. If they're going in and doing their discussions, they've attended. They have a different grading scale. They either get an incomplete, an F for fail, NP is not passed. But we actually do have letter grades, and we follow a standard template for nursing grade structure. And that's listed very clearly in all the syllabi for you to view. But anyway, students can access their grades. So if students ask you, but in addition to looking at the Canvas grades, their final grades are posted in JWeb, and it's actually listed under a grad report. And what it does is it has a whole list of like how many credits the students still have to take up to graduation, and it updates them with each subterm on where their progress is, what their grades are. And all of our students, just so you know, from the SCPS, the School of SCPS side of things, they are invited to an online orientation. It's a synchronous thing. They've already had it. So the first cohort coming in has an opportunity to talk to SCPS people and, hey, this is how the courses are going to run. This is when Canvas opens, and this is how you find your grades. So all of our students have already had access to that, and they should be familiar, but you never know. In case they need to reach out to you, I just want to make sure you know what they know. As far as student issues, currently, I'm the only full-time faculty for nursing at this time, so I'm the nursing advisor to all of our students. So as they come into the program, they matriculate and actually become enrolled students. I meet with each and every one of them, and the plan is to meet with each one of them monthly or more often if they need to. If they don't need it, then they don't have to meet with me. But I want to make sure that we save them time and money, that if they're overly stressed, and we're trying to head off, be a proactive approach to being an advisor instead of just only being contacted after they've already lost the war. So we're trying to do that. Anyway, any student issues, bring me in sooner than later. You can always text me, you can call me, email, whatever is easiest for you. I'm perfectly fine with however you want to get in touch with me. I have my cell next to me all the time. And then Canvas revisions, of course, there will be Canvas revisions. That's not a problem. And for now, it's going to be me. So the goal is going to start recruiting a clinical coordinator very soon. And that person will also have Canvas revisions in their sites, not exactly right now, but once we get things tuned up, that will be the person who will help to also with Canvas issues. And that's all I have. So a quick overview of everything. So grateful to have such an incredible faculty. Happy to have you here. Welcome to eTown.